Well, they returned virtually everybody intact, and they went out and drafted more speed. That's Andy Reid's nameplate. You look at their roster, or the lineup and the schedule. They're going to play all these quarterbacks, so there'll be a bunch of throwing contests involving Patrick Mahomes. They get Aaron Rodgers in Week 4 in New York against the Jets. They get Justin Herbert and the boys with the Chargers in Week 7. In Week 11, guys wearing midnight green, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles show up to play Kansas City. Week 14, they get Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. And then, of course, you get the mishmash of the rest of the AFC West. I think the schedule lays out well for them, but there will be a lot of high scoring and throwing contests there. So I think Kansas City potentially has another good season in them. Now, from Kansas City, let's go to the other Super Bowl team, Philadelphia. Lucky we have the month of September on the calendar, John, because they play 5 easy teams right out of the gate. Mm-hmm. So it would not be hard for me to imagine talking to you about the Eagles being 5-0 as we kind of roll into October. But listen to this. Philadelphia, they get the Jets in Week 6, so they get Aaron Rodgers. But starting in Week 9, the Eagles play Dallas, Kansas City, Buffalo, San Francisco, Dallas again, and Seattle. In a 6-week window, they play that. That's a suicide schedule to me.
Yeah, but overall, the NFC is weaker than the AFC, right? So that's why I think parts of their schedule, they'll have a little reprieve, some valleys where they can go in and knock some teams around. But yeah, when you have to play the Niners, the Cowboys twice, those are going to be tough games. I mean, do you think we might see a rematch in the Super Bowl, Chiefs and Eagles? I mean, they're setting up that way, I think.
Well, I think potentially, yeah. I think that's a real valid question. Because the Eagles bring back everybody, and they obviously help themselves a great deal with the draft of Jalen Carter and the linebacker safety, who was their second pick. So I think Philadelphia loaded, but you're going to need all the bullets in the gun. You talk about 6 games in a row against the upper echelon. Wow, no easy day there.
Well, Jalen Hurts just got his master's degree, right? So he's a smart guy. He's going to find his way to get through those teams.
On we go. 2 other tidbits here as we talked about the NFL schedule. Figure this one out. I don't know why the league does this to their teams, John. They got the New York Giants, who share the Meadowlands with Aaron Rodgers now. The Giants play 7 of their first 10 on the road. Can you believe that?
Wow.
7 out of 10. You know, it used to be when we had multi-purpose stadiums, you had to share your stadium with a baseball team, you'd have problems.
Right.
But these are football teams. I mean, they coexist. How can you play 7 of 10 on the road? That's terrible. And in terms of Aaron Rodgers, this is going to be a haymaker of a schedule. They play in a 6-week span, Buffalo, Dallas, Kansas City, and Philadelphia. Think about that. And we don't know who the Jets are right now. You know, they had the top 3 offensive tackles were gone with season-ending injuries last year. They think they're going to be back, but who knows who holds up. Their wide receiver core had injuries. They lost their top running back who had a great rookie season and headed for 1,000 yards with a knee injury. Now, granted, Aaron Rodgers is healthy and Aaron Rodgers is a great player. But boy, just think about that, having to go against Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts in consecutive weeks.
That's loaded schedule. You know, it's Aaron Rodgers. You know, so Tell me this. So when you're looking at this season, 2023, is there any dark horse in the NFL that you like that might surprise this season?
Well, Jacksonville made a huge jump last year, you know, and that's become kind of the sexy conversation point in the AFC. And so did the Detroit Lions. They kind of willed their way by their physical street fight mentality to be real good. So I think that probably bears watching too.